father and daughter show. We've been running this show. This is about the fifth uh, episode, and I am Kenny Boy, the author of this book here. Somebody was asking to show that book again, so I want to make sure I have it up. This was the first book that I had, and I wrote when I was in prison for 19 years. This book right here. So get a good look at it right now. And this is my second book. Got to go through hell to get to heaven, a true story after 19 years of imprisonment. So very interesting. True story of my life. Now, during the time I was serving time, the year I went to prison, my daughter was being born. So here she is. She's on the phone again. Hey, baby, how you doing? Hello?
KB, this me, crazy.
Oh, shucks. I'm thinking it's my
I'm gonna call
daughter.
you back so you can call her.
Huh?
I'm gonna call you back so you can call her.
Okay. Wow, man. I end up getting crossed up. I don't know where she should have been called. Let's see where she's at. Okay. See if we can get her on the line. Yeah.
Just about to call you.
Wow, I turned around and answered the call and thought that was you, and turned around, it was somebody else on the line.
And I'm sitting here trying to call you. I was getting ready to dial your number. Then had like, well, I'm finna sit because it's noisy in the house. It's noisy outside because they out here cutting grass at 9 at night.
Wow.
Right. And I'm like, oh my God, I need a space.
Wow, yeah, got a lot going on now, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want to talk about
Let
this.
me give me a shirt.
You want to talk about this mental health thing.
Hold on.
Mental health. Oh yeah, got a lot of that going on in the community. And it's sad that, it's going on in the community because it's a lack of nourishment. Food goes to the brain first. So I just believe it's undernourished from what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing that comes out of these young people's mouth. Sound like they just real young, and they can be like 18, 19, 20 years old and sound like a little kid. That's something that really it's scary. It's scary. You know how,
Okay,
it's
I
really
got
scary.
me a chair.
Yeah, I was just talking about how scary it was that how mental health is that food goes to the brain first. And what's been happening is when you listen to some of our young peoples, they can be 19, 20, 30, 20, 21 all the way up. And when they talk, they can sound just like a little kid because they undernourished, not eating right, not eating the proper food. That's just what I believe. Because when we come up, we had a garden. We ate from a garden. We ate from the ground so we can stick around.
Right.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God, I just want to know who cut grass at 9 at night.
Hey,
Woo.
you if you got a
Oh,
light
yeah, I
on,
forgot you the grass man, so you be doing your night too.
yeah, if you got a light on that lawnmower, he gonna keep going.
Oh, I would just want him to put it up, take it in the house.
Yeah, you can't let that dry you though. You don't give it no energy, baby. Don't give it no energy. Act like it ain't there. That's what I do. I act like something that bothers me. I don't even let him know it bothers me. That little boy,
No, but I need him to go in the house with his lawnmower right now. I'm trying to have a podcast.
see, he out there getting it on, huh? Getting it on with the grass.
Oh my God, I done had to walk way down the street.
So what's up with this mental health thing?
Started it already?
Huh?
Started the podcast already?
Yeah, been started.
Okay, well, hello everybody. Sorry for all the discrepancies. Grace cutting in the background, you hear. We wanted to lay on mental health this week because I just think it's something very important that need to be talked about. It's something that matters in your self-healing as well. Sometimes if the healing is too much, because it can get overwhelming, it's okay to step back and take a break for your mental health. Mental health is so, so important. You can't function without it. You can't be normal without it. You can't live your everyday life without it. If you're not okay mentally, you're not okay. And mentally, you need to be okay.
Yeah, like I say, it come from the lack of nourishment too. Not eating the proper foods too. Is where it can
nourishment, love, everything that's going on in life. It's a whole bunch of stuff that got to do with mental health. A lot of people feeling abandoned. A lot of people feeling rejection. And I'm familiar with some of them things because I felt some of those as I was getting older before I even knew about mental health. I dealt with a lot of rejection. Mainly came from my mom's side of the family. I always felt alone. And there was a time in my life where I did feel suicidal. I did want to take my life at one point. A couple of points.
I thrive off when somebody think that I'm not gonna achieve what I set out to achieve. I thrive off that when they go against me. That makes me work even harder. That makes me see the vision even harder. That makes me work even harder and say that that's a lie. And as I go towards that goal, the only thing I can see is achieving that goal to make that person a lie. That's what I do. I thrive off when somebody can't see the vision. I thrive off that because it's not meant for them to see the vision at all. So you got to be careful what you're plugging in because a lot of people, they'll talk like they really doing it or say they doing it, but really ain't doing nothing. My question is then, well, if you doing it like that, then why you still here? Why you still down here? If you doing it like that, that's the first question come across my mind. So I know when somebody's just rapping, you know what I mean? You might well just go cut you a rap song. You know?
Yeah, that's what people that's actually fighting. When you determine not to let things conquer you, that's a strength we was all given that strength. Most of us don't even know how to put it. Because when you down that low, you're not thinking about what should be better or like how you need to put a drive and see the vision in your head. You don't think about that. You're just thinking about the fact that nobody don't care about you. Everybody keeps turning their back on you. Feeling abandoned, hurt, and you don't feel heard. That's the most loneliest feeling in the world. I was feeling this way. My first attempt was when I was 13. That was my first suicide attempt. When that didn't work, I ran away. I tried to hang myself the first time. Second time, I lost my kids, and I was also in a relationship, in a marriage, still is, but he bought me so many things home that day. On Valentine's Day, he bought me home a teddy bear, bought me a balloon home, card, candy. The only thing I could do is jump up in his face and rip up everything and say, what if you came home and I was hanging from you and everybody else would be happy?
Wow.
I wasn't even thinking about my vision then. I wasn't even thinking about what part I played in this universe of needing me and other people needing me. I ain't thinking about nothing. I was specifically thinking about self. And I just thought that if I took my life, everybody'd be happy. And my mama's side of the family made me feel like I was so hated. I'm like, they gonna celebrate. They gonna kick it when I'm gone. But hey, at least I don't have to be a burden on them no more. At least I don't have to feel unwanted. At least I don't have to feel rejected.
The one thing about it, I sure ain't trying to satisfy whoever don't like me. If you don't like me, I'm sorry. That's on you. You know what I mean? Because I've always been determined to, I don't care. If you don't like me, I'm not trying to impress you. I ain't got nobody to impress. You know what I'm saying? But God. You know what I mean? And all the other stuff in this world means nothing. I just want to survive. That's the only thing I want to do. I just want to survive. I don't want all this game, this worldly game. You know what I mean? I can't give power to something that gonna control me. I can't give power to that. Why I'm gonna give power to that? Why I'm gonna give power to something that ain't gonna pay my bills? Why I'm gonna give power to something that don't mean a hill of beans to me? Why will I want to give that much power to somebody like that? Why? It's the only thing I ask. Why? Because I can't do it. I'm gonna tell you that now. I can't do it. If you don't like me, I'm gonna tell you like I always tell everybody else. I picture in my mind this little lamp with a little table set on. And when it lit up, and if you got bad communications and you got bad energy, I picture myself going over there cutting it off. So that means I unplug. I ain't got time for it. Life too short. You know what I mean? Life too short.
Yeah, it is.
It's too short. Why should I give power to this over here when I'm trying to focus on where I'm trying to go?
But the question is, what do you do about it? Because that's what everybody's looking for. They looking for solutions. They want to know, okay, well, how can I do this? How can I bring myself back around to where I don't care about what people say? Because a lot of people will tell you, I don't care. That was my favorite saying. I don't care. I don't care what this person think about me. I don't care what that person think about me. But I was lying to myself. I did care. I did care. So first, you got to stop lying to yourself. That's first step. You have to stop lying to yourself. No matter how brutal the truth is, one thing about mental health, it all starts from you having a lack of love for yourself.
That goes back to say,
come back around and learn how to love you. Whatever it is that make you happy, then make that happen. Do it. It doesn't matter if it's a walk in the park. It doesn't matter if it's drawing. It doesn't matter if it's coloring, because I color. I still go paint and I paint and do wine twist. I still do that. I love to go skating. I love to bow. I like theme parks. I still sort of kind of like roller coasters, but my anxiety, the way it's set up, it's not letting me do roller coasters a lot. But at the end of the day, I still love theme parks, because if I'm just going to pay to just get in and have a funnel cake and a turkey leg, it don't even matter who think. What about it? Guess what? It makes me happy.
Right. Whatever.
So I'm going to do that. I turned 38 this year.
Oh, yes.
So first thing my husband say, we not going to Miami. We not going to do Miami. And I told him, no, I don't want to be a kid today. I mean, I don't want to be an adult today. I want to be a kid. So I chose to purchase some tickets to go to Universal Studios.
That's right. Right on Smooth Beats.
And that's what we did. We went on there. We went to a theme park where it was nothing but virtual rides, a lot of virtual rides. There was a couple of roller coasters.
That's right.
But even though it was childlike, guess what? It made me happy.
Right, that's right. Yeah, you got to do what
that made me happy. Going to get my hair done. Yeah. That made me feel good about myself. That made me want to boost my confidence back up.
Yeah, you got to do what make you happy.
You have to do things, or I call it dating yourself. Maybe I will take a self date.
I know that's right.
I'll take a self date any day. Do you hear me? Whether that means even if it's so small as going to I love Dairy Queen. I'm just going to Dairy Queen just to get me my favorite blister that I love to eat.
Not the ice cream. Yeah, I like that smooth ice cream myself.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that smooth. I'll tell you somebody else who got that.
What is your favorite color? What is your favorite food? What is it that you like? Do you like to get out? Do you love to travel? Do you want friends?
Right.
Get to know yourself again. Got to get to know yourself again. Because at the end of the day, however you start loving yourself is whoever decides to come around and be your companion if you ain't already got one. And even if you got a companion, guess what? Just because you sitting up dating yourself and loving yourself, that makes everybody else fall in line and love you the way you love you.
Yeah, because if they see that you don't love yourself, then how can they love you? That's why the word said, love your neighbor as you would love yourself. Is that loving yourself when people's out there putting hands on other folks and popping other folks and killing other folks? Is that it's a lacking in love? It's more than mental health, baby. Like you say, they focus on what they lacking in. They ain't had somebody that really cared.
But if you focus on what you lacking in, that's what you're gonna always attract. But if you just start focusing and being grateful for the right now. The right now means what you looking at is an illusion. Meaning that's only temporary. It's nothing is never meant to last long.
Bible says you're just going through. Go on.
You can't keep taking what you're going through and making it detrimental to your health.
Oh, no.
Quit asking why, because let me tell you why. You're not always going through for you. It's not always about you. Sometimes it's bigger than you.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you going through to tell the story and help the next person through.
Sure is. I believe that. I remember one time I spoke and going over doing the speaking, and I'm so focused on doing the speaking, I'm not really seeing what's really going on. But this woman was really hurting and how it was coming out to me. And I was presented to her. She had broke down and started crying. And I said, we're going to be here for you, And come to find out she had all kind of family problems and some that I had been through. And same exact problems. And I shared it with her and she got over it. And that was all, it was like a hump lifted up off me. So, our life and our stories is something that can show somebody out of what they going through. They may be going through the same thing. And you're right. They may be going through the same thing. You're right.
Yeah, so quit asking why. Instead of figuring out the why, follow the dream, follow the purpose. Because one thing about it, you can't get to where you're going if you don't do the work. You can't cut around the work. You can't take shortcuts.
And can't give it back. Whatever God got for you to do, you got to do it. It ain't picking no choose. You ain't got no option. You ain't got no option. You're gonna either do it, you're gonna get somebody else to do it, or he gonna melt you back down to the earth. That's just how I've seen it since I've been here, going on my 60th year. He gonna melt you down back to the earth. Bible said, disobedient child days is short. What part do you not understand? That's the good wisdom of the good book. That's what I like about that book. Just rise, just calm. Spirit man, just take over your mind. Just tell you what he want to say. You know what I'm saying? And all you got to do is follow what he say. All that old, you think this sound hip and it's bad and cool in the bag of chips. No, you in the flesh. Get out the flesh, get in the spirit. Follow what the spirit say. I bet you it's going to be powerful than what you thinking. You know what I mean?
And when you talk to God,
you
can't get an answer if you ain't in a silent place and you're not listening.
Yeah.
You got to listen.
Yeah, God is a spirit. You got to worship him in spirit and truth. That's what he is. You know what I mean? Gonna answer everything far as I know that your heart desire. From what I've been, it ain't been Joe, Harry, Mo, all them other, ain't none of them came to my rescue. It was always God. He always sent somebody. And then 9 times out of 10, it was always a woman that he sent to help old Kenny boy. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? It was always
because the woman is considered to be the backbone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. You get out of a woman. You get out of a woman what you put into her. So you got to remember, when you are investing and you are looking for a return. So other words, when you give respect, you want that back. That's a return. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
But you may not even always get that back.
No, you might not. And when you get to the point where you don't get that respect back that you are given, then that's when it's time to get on away from that. What's the sense of, what's the sense of being around somebody that don't respect you? That don't make no sense to me. Not to me.
My favorite line that has become my most favorite that I think about every day. I had a friend that was mentoring me. And one day she said, Tanisha, mind you, I walked away from my family for 10 whole years, y'all. I just up and left the state. I lost my kids to the state, and I left the state. I was tired. I felt like I was fighting a fight. And when it got to the point to where I just couldn't think of nothing else, but I just kept feeling like I was losing. I look towards one way, I'm losing. I look north, I'm losing. I look south, I'm losing. I look east, I'm losing. I look west. I felt like I was losing. So I said, you know what? I got to do something to pull myself out of this. Because if don't nobody love me, I have to step up and start loving me. I went all the way to Texas. Went there for a friend. And I was looking for a job because I thought I had a job when I moved to Texas, and the job that was supposed to transfer me played me. So at this point, it's me, my friend, my husband, and my friend's 2 kids. We done got to Texas, showed up, and the apartment we purchased, it wasn't even ready. We pulled up to the apartments. I called the people before we got there. She said, I'm sorry, we closing. She said, and by the way, I don't know who told you could move in yet. She said, but the person that told you that lied, because we just did the tub and nobody can be in the house for 24 hours with the smell and the chemicals in the air from the tub.
Wow.
I said, then what do I supposed to do? Because I didn't have nowhere to stay when I get there.
Right.
And she said, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. And she hung up. We got to the apartments was closed. We went over to my friend's house. She cooked us dinner. We woke up the next day. We went back to the apartment. So I asked the lady, I said, can you take something off? Because technically, you were supposed to be there, and the apartment was supposed to be ready, but it was not ready. So can you just give us something off for the rent? She did. She took $250 off. We paid the rent.
The remaining, huh?
We paid the remainder of the balance. The only person in the house that had a job was my husband. Now, at this time, I'm in my head like, shoot, we got to do something. Because we don't even have no money to get the lights going. So we say, you know what, we just going to donate. All 3 of us took turns. We watched our kids. Each person went and donated. Everybody donated. We never knew that. Then just thank God that we have prepaid lights in the apartment in Texas, because Texas has a prepaid light system. And you can actually just purchase, you can put $30 down and have lights for however much the time is. I don't know how it goes, but I think it goes by the kilowatt or kilometers, whatever it is. But each one of us just took turns donating every 2 days just to put money on the light. I went and we had 30 days to come up with another $750 for the rent. He was working, so his job transferred him, but me and her job didn't. So we went down. I started job hunting, and I said, you know what, at this point, I don't even care what kind of job I get, just as long as I get a job. Yeah. So I walked in Ashley Furniture. I've never worked at Ashley Furniture before that, never did any customer service, never did any sales or nothing. But I said, forget it, I'm just going to give it a try. So I walked in, I said, is you guys hiring? And they said, yeah, go to the back. Fill out an application. Like, they was geeked. So I'm like, okay, cool. I walked to the back, fill out an application. And the lady ended up calling me about a week later.
Right.
And she told me in my face when I came to finish up my paperwork, she said, I knew I was going to hire you. And I said, how did you know? She said, because as soon as you walked in and you filled out the app, God told me to hire you.
I heard that.
I said, okay. After that, I ended up getting on. I started, talking to her. Me and her got close, but we wasn't hanging out outside of work. And I was just laying all my problems down, how I came from, Columbia, Missouri, get away from my family. Just was trying to have a new start. And every day that I kept talking to this lady, she started becoming like a mentor to me. So she started saying, you can't be angry. And not only was she a mentor to me, y'all, she was also, what she was preaching to me, what she was teaching me, she was also living it herself. Her and her mom did not have a great relationship neither. And me and my mom didn't have a great relationship at that time.
He'll match you up. He matched
me up.
Yeah, so he'll match you up.
He put me in front of a person who showed me how to come back to my family, how to come back to my mama,
right.
how to have a relationship with my mom and still accept my mama for who she is and still love her for who she is.
That's right.
So at this point, I just kept thinking, but why does she get away with the stuff she did to me? Because all I kept talking about was me, right? And one day she was like, this is not even about you. This is so much more than you. You have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Time went on, me and her got close. I ended up quitting the job, getting a better job through a friend that she was cool with. They had me pulled in at one of the top 5 hospitals in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So I went from making pennies to making a nice amount of money when I got on with them. And I was talking about my situation again, crying, saying how my mom, she just don't accept my decision about the decision that I made, about some things that went on with my kids in the case. The first thing that she looked at me and said, she said, "Are you happy with your decision?" I said, "Not necessarily happy, but I did what I had to do for me."
Right.
She said, "Then anything that's not conducive to your mental health, you need to get rid of it from people, places, and things."
And that's what you got to do. You got to get rid of, people that ain't going to be
It don't matter who they are. And when I tell you who they are, when I tell y'all I am the cutoff queen, it goes for anybody that's not conducive, that's not healthy to your mental health. If you feel like mentally you cannot handle some of your family members, get rid of them.
Let it go.
Let them go.
Let it go.
Your job, if you feel like your job is breaking you down mentally, because see, when I left that hospital that I had got a job at, I walked off and started my own cleaning business. But when I left that hospital, I dropped 30 pounds. Instantly. That was stress. Stress is the number one killer. The number one killer. From the job, and even when I was working at the top 5 hospitals, this is in Dallas, Texas, this is a thing that blew my mind. We knew a nurse that was on the floor, and we all signed a card for her because her 10-year-old son was at school being bullied, and guess what he did?
Committed suicide.
Home, and she found him hanging in the closet, dead. When I tell y'all this mental health thing is so real, this is so real, y'all. Check on y'all people. Even if you feel like they doing the most and they can't never get it right, don't give up on them. Even if you just doing some kind words to tell them you love them, tell them that. But the one thing about it is, I need y'all to understand this. If you're not going to participate in your own self-healing, it is not going to work out for you. You have to be willing to participate in your own self-healing. When you get older, nobody can do this for you no more. You have to be willing to do this for yourself. You can have all the love and support in the world, but if you're not participating in your own self-healing, it's not going to work. There is no shortcut.
Yep.
Again, let me say this again. There is no such thing as shortcuts.
Not in life.
Ain't no such thing. When it comes to self-healing, you cannot take shortcuts, y'all.
Yep.
You have to be willing to participate in your own self-healing. Your mom can't do it for you. Your kids can't do it for you. Your brothers can't do it for you. Your siblings can't do it. Nobody can do nothing for you. You have to participate in your own self-healing.
Yep.
How do you do that? Wake up every day. Say affirmations to yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're successful. Tell yourself you love yourself. My favorite line is, I am more than enough. That is my affirmation I say every day. I have a best friend who has a tattoo on her arm. That she is more than enough. Because that's what she felt the need that she had to keep reminding herself of. And if that's what you have to keep doing, I went so far to where I used to write affirmations on my mirror with lipstick in the morning.
You got to have some type of value. Got to have some type of value. Got to have some type of value.
And you have to have a release. So if your release is journaling, write. If your release is rapping, rap. If your release is walking, exercising, cooking, whatever your creativity is, because creativity is even more creative through your pain. You'll be surprised what your pain can create with the creativity and the gifts you've been blessed with.
That's right. Well, y'all, I want to say that, this is coming to an ending of the show right now. And I thank Smooth Beats for being very supportive. The brother, we did a song together, got it on the handle.
All right, thank you, Smooth Beats.
Yeah, Smooth Beats. He make them beats, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna have to mess with him,
Yeah, absolutely.
The brother is very supportive. Plus, he got his own music too, his own style of music too, and that's what I like about him too. I'm gonna have to do more on him and do something live with him too, because his Smooth Beat is he got something going on now. They interviewed me one time of another. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. So thank you all, and be prepared for the next time. We've got a treat for y'all. Ain't that right, baby?
Yes, that is so very right. We'll see you guys Sunday at 5. This is the second special premiere show, and it's Dinner Over Podcast. So please tune in.
Delicious.
Can't wait to get with you guys. Thank you for all the support. Y'all support means everything. Without y'all, there is no us.
That's right.
So come on here, listen. You need to ask questions and get personal opinions.
Get involved.
Our box is definitely open. So
that's right.
Keep tuning in, y'all. We'll see y'all Sunday at 5 p.m. and it will be live, and you'll finally get to put a face, actual live face, with this pretty voice I keep hearing now.
Go, baby.
But I'm looking forward to having Dinner Over Podcast Sunday, y'all. So
that's right.
Dinner Over Podcast Sunday at 5 p.m. Tune in. Can't wait to sit and talk to y'all. Y'all will find out what the next topic is gonna be about. It's gonna be pretty good.
That's right.
So tune on in and watch us have dinner and talk crap to each other.
All right, baby. You take care and be safe out there.
Yes, I love y'all. Love yourselves. And God bless y'all and have a great night.
All right. Oh, it's